I punted so hard this entire game. Okay, it didn't matter. I won. That's all that matters. This game took 20 minutes longer than I should have. I made it! I did it! I did it!
Ah, shit, fuck! Oh, God.
Actually, it's me, and you both voted for each other.
Yeah.
Hi everybody!
Hey guys!
Is it working?
No.
I hope it's working.
Seeing blanks, it's working.
To any and all spectating at present, it's us, people and friends of Games Laboratory, and for the first time, it's me, actually the one controlling the streaming portion of the evening, because Ben is taking some chill time, and it's honestly fair enough for me to see if I can do it myself. So,
in the ice mines, he's trapped there for 100 years.
So everything looks like it's working fine. If I can see the chat.
Yeah, good.
If things are not working fine, please let me know, and maybe I can adjust some of the audio values. But for now, this is us. We're going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Woo! Yeah! We got the team. And now, for the first time, I can actually see where everybody is in relation to me because I control it. So we've got Kim, Nick, Bo, and Sully. I like pointing at people. It's funny. Anyway, we have the gang back together once more. I'm actually going to adjust to be looking at my Discord instead of at Streamlabs because it's much smaller, and I like seeing all of your emotive faces with a larger perspective. So, I'm going to... Oh, actually, audio. Every present, ignore the fact that you can see behind the curtain, as it were, because you're seeing my perspective as opposed to Ben's perspective. So if you see anything that looks like spoilers, just don't worry about it. It's fine. Actually,
ignore that.
Yeah.
Just
I'm just playing some calming forest music because you guys have successfully finished a job. So, when last we saw our heroes, you had ventured forth into the jungles of Naya on the plain of Alara and found yourself seeking out a group of Leonin who could safeguard and protect you until their ward and savior, Ajani Goldmaid, arrived to provide some insight and clarity into what was going on. Along the way, you encountered a group of adventurers from a very knightly and chivalrous land known as Bant, and committed some horrendous faux pas, but how are you to know?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't.
Later on, while trying to rest among the roots of a tree, you were accosted by spiders, egged on by a rogue elf, just who was under the impression that you were working for those explorers from Bant. However, after you killed the spiders and convinced them this was not the case, as an apology, they led you to a ravine, which contained zombies and necromancers. You booby-trapped the big guy and then did glorious battle, throwing caution to the wind, not even taking the time to have a short rest and just running in, all guns blazing. And you got inside just in time to see that the head necromancer was about to animate a large dead behemoth hand before you. Evelyn used some cunning trickery to disguise herself as the only other remaining assistant to the necromancer and rolled surprisingly high on her deception check, so much so that the head necromancer put a temporary hold on his ritual to murder the person who he thought was an imposter. But then...
Some of us might be dead if you didn't do that, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
So good.
So good.
Everyone?
I nearly got one shot anyway.
So after that trickery was engaged and a further volley of spell and magical or just spell and physical effects were bombarded against this necromancer. He used the last of his life force to complete the animate dead spell and raised this enormous skeletal hand that began scuttling around like the Thing from the Addams Family, and was flicking and slashing, jumping up in the ground and slamming onto the ground. However, you all did splendidly, and only a few short rounds of combat later, that hand was on the ropes. While you were fighting it, however, Evelyn used her cunning to free the chained-up Leonin leader who you came into this place to find. Once he was free, he regained his composure and was able to finish off the large skeletal hand. But in fairness, you had already done like 90% of the work. He just was there in the right place at the right time, and in the future I really shouldn't do that. But that's okay. After he retrieved his effects and gave somebody the head necromancer spellbook. Who was that exactly, just to be curious?
Wasn't me.
It was one of. I think it was Kim. I mean, Evelyn.
Evelyn, yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you
How
have
do we
Don't
found
pick-
like a free spellbook?
Yeah, no, there was a few.
You have three small spell books and one big one. So, after doing some looting, you all left with this Leonin and made your way back outside. I'm going to be attempting somewhat of a time lapse because you guys are relatively safe at the moment, and with the assistance of the Leonin, you will be able to get where you need to go over just a few days' travel. However, as you are traveling with the Leonin, they seem to be taking a lot of the same paths as the elves did, which is climbing up onto the vine highways and avoiding the floor. There are some opportunities for certain people to gain experiences. Now, I believe that the best person for the job initially is Cortinari, because you will undoubtedly be collecting a list of animals I have seen to maybe turn into in the future. Yeah?
One other thing, would we had opportunity just outside of the cave to maybe, take a little bit of time?
You could have taken
Yeah.
a short rest outside very easily. So yes, please, by all means, press the short rest button.
Oh god, yes.
Not a short rest. I want to chop up that undead ogre that's now completely dead and take some bones.
Oh!
Terrifying. Love it.
Yeah.
What are you doing with those, buddy?
Hold on, how do I do that cricket noise? I can't remember. I have an idea for how to use some of these bones.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Have we seen that that skull? The bones that you had, I think on the shield or something?
They make up a big chest plate that
okay.
I walk around with like an ogre skull on
definitely
my
seems-
chest.
Yeah.
I like kind of look at you. I'm like,
Okay.
I like look at your chest.
It will reinforce my armor, make it stronger.
Hmm.
You know, they make armor out of armor too. Have you ever tried that? It's less grisly, less bony. Less smelly.
Cannot wear metal.
Oh,
It ruins our magic.
So,
well, that's inconvenient.
what is your chosen sharp implement of choice for harvesting these bones?
I have my scimitar,
Okay.
so I'm hoping to like slice some. I'm aiming for some big, like. Damn, there goes my learning. Femurs, couple of
Okay.
femurs, maybe some ribs. Depends how deep you go,
Ribs.
what I can get out easily.
Okay. Well, because of the manner in which you engaged with this creature, you tripped it over and then just wailed on it. I'm going to say its femurs are fine, but roll me a survival check to see how many, if any, femurs, well, not femurs, portions of ribcage survived your assault, because you could have just broken them all as you were wailing on it. Oh, they're fine. Or at least there's enough.
There's the feed. Oh, of course. That's where I waste my crit.
That's why your nat 20 goes. You can salvage as many bones as you like from this thing within reason.
Cool. I'm going to say sack of bones and DM. This is for aim of lashing to my armor to turn it from light armor into medium if I get enough downtime to like druid craft and do some weirdness.
Fair enough. You, in fact, just might have time to do that, like on the evenings of your journey as you head towards the mountains with these Leonin.
While
so, guys,
this
just
is happening,
for anyone who's doing some healing during the short rest there, you get an extra 1d8. I've got enough delicious treats for everyone.
I already
ooh,
wasted one of my hit dice.
So
yeah, I did
Rolled
pretty
2 instead of
badly.
1. 1 put me up to max health, but I'm like, oh again.
Oh no.
I needed that. 8.
you're welcome.
Hey,
Thank you.
nice.
I just hand you a slice of pizza that's seemingly fading away as you eat it, but it's somehow yes, it's like internet pizza. It looks just as good, but it's not as filling.
5 from 5 up to now 13. Yeah.
You're welcome.
But out of curiosity, while Court's doing that, I vaguely remember that there was 2 other paths untraveled in the cave.
Yes,
And
there
I'm
were.
very curious whether I can explore it a bit further while remaining hidden, because I've got some 60 feet dark vision and I wouldn't mind just sussing it out.
Okay, so everybody engages in a long rest, and then concludes.
A long rest or short?
No, a short rest.
Short.
Okay.
Apologies. So people
Just
engage in a short rest, and then Theon expresses an interest in going back inside to have a quick look around.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity.
Okay. Are you going in alone, or are you going to attract the interest of your
I'll tell
friends?
the others. I'll say, guys, this is what I'm going to do because I'm curious to see if we missed anything in there. Anyone is welcome to join, but I'm happy to go alone if you really want to rest and do your stuff.
Well, I'll see what my pamphlet says about splitting up. Can't seem to find anything about that, so I'm sure it's fine.
I'm gonna.
Oh, I can't hear you, Kim.
I'm gonna stay out here. I don't like.
The dark.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you find any shining golden artifacts, can you bring them back, please?
Of course. Anything gold is
Also
yours.
sandwich.
And you're just like digging. Just
Yeah. He's sorry, Cordenaric probably couldn't hear you. He's covered in gore.
Just like elbow deep in
bone
ogre.
fragments. Ooh.
That's just the occasional crunch noise of something.
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, I'm gonna try and hide myself in the dark and make my way down the center track. No, wait. I'm just trying to remember which track had what sound.
I will inform you of those sounds once you re-enter. So everybody else is still outside the cavern. I will.
Just yell really loudly if you die.
Yeah, if you need help, we'll
I'm
come
now
running.
really glad that I prepared the other overlay just in case. So I will go RPG main table and then transition over here. So now people will see.
Spooks.
With all the
Don't give us any
bass.
spooks.
All about that bass, no treble. Yep. Yeah, let's go down the center. Sure can. I can see. Oh. Okay.
Sounds like looks like you're in trouble.
Well, they can't see me.
Sound like
Can hear you when you say that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm happy to walk out and then just slowly make my way to this side. Now that I know what's in there, I'm just scouting. I'm just like going in, scouting to see what I see, and then if I make a judgment call of going in, I'll go in. If I'm like, no, I'll relay this back to the party. Yeah, cautiously on the walls, like keeping close to the wall as much as possible, just in case I need to, like, get right in there. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
He was dead beforehand. Now he's a hat.
how do these dudes here?
But I want to see where this leads, because, like, do I notice that staircase at the bottom, at the far end? There is something. Okay. How large is the stone wall? Like this stone pile? Is it bigger than me? And the zombies are on the other side of this pile. So I'm trying to make a judgment call. Could I hide behind it to see if I can get a better vantage point of the rest of the room? Like, I get to about here. Yeah? Yeah, I'll sneak up and just hide behind this, trying to just suss out the area a bit further. Okay. Alright, that's probably enough. I guess I'll join back with the party. Just like slowly, like make my way back, just carefully. Yep.
Hey guys, check out this sweet brick I found.
Can I bring a
not
rock
looking
back
at
with me? I found a dumb brick!
Dragging a zombie behind you.
And then I will tell the rest of the party what I have scouted out.
How do we
You're
know
right.
you're the real Theon?
Well, I don't have any awesome tricks like Evelyn over here. Wait, yes I do. No, not as good.
Well, that's good enough for me. All right, lovely. Konari, did you finish with your horrific task?
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. You say there's a lot of undead down there? I have
there's
no
a
idea.
bit of undead down there. We could like try and help this land because I don't think they're here to help.
What if
Oh,
we
they
just
generally
collapse the
stop
cave
being
somewhere
undead and go back
and
to
get
dead
them
if you
stuck
don't
in there?
re-dead them after a while of deadness, though.
Why don't we just collapse the caves on their head?
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach into my pack and pull out bits of my mess kit. I'm gonna carefully open each case up, and I'm gonna show the spores and the dirt from that mission back in Ravnica.
I pull out a couple of mushrooms as well because I still have, I think, 3. I like it.
I mean, that would block up that passage pretty good.
Yeah, I like this.
Or,
How many do I
Evelyn,
have?
could
I still
you-
have 5.
Could you sneak back in there?
Yeah, I think I could sneak back in there.
I could
And,
give it a try as well.
Like, I'm happy to give up my set of this if other people have them or whatever.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think I've got them.
I'm confident that if Ravane still had any, he would have eaten them by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I have 5 apparently. I have written 5 mushies in a bag.
I will say that as you guys were running away from the advance of the Eternals, some of you did say that you like hastily dropped some behind you as you ran. So I'm not sure you have quite that many, but I think you have a few.
I'll do like 2.
You don't need one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe
one.
I believe I had only 1 left because I was dropping them behind, but I
Yeah.
kept like 1 dose worth of each.
Yeah, just in case. That's fair enough. So, together as a party, you have 3 applications of the speedy grow fungus.
Yeah,
Where do we want to put it?
I'm thinking
Central chamber.
right. Yeah, I'm thinking like right here somewhere, or just so that it could block maybe potentially both of these, all 3 paths.
Well, why don't we just do the cave entrance? Get
Yeah,
them all
that's what I'm
in there.
saying.
I
Zombiness
kind of
wears
want to
off.
stick them a little further in. Like
Further in?
really screw them over.
How many do we have?
3.
2?
3.
1? 3? Oh,
I think
okay.
it's fun.
So then,
I struggle to count higher than that.
so how about I put 1 near what I saw was a pile of rocks. I could put 1 there, hide it in the pile of rocks, and the other one I could put just as the entry of what looked like an office space.
I
There
can
seemed
see
like
as
some
well.
really cool stuff in that office space, though, that I wouldn't mind checking out. But I can take it or leave it.
I think we should plant them like at the same time so that they don't come investigating. So you plant one, I'll plant the other.
I can plant the furthest one if you would like,
Yeah.
and I will travel the furthest because I can see the furthest.
Okay.
At Theon's mention of like laboratory office space thing, Bo is interested, but then I'm like, oh, would Cortinari be interested? And I don't think so. I think he's down with just let's get some giant mushrooms to destroy this stuff.
Hey.
Yep.
Cool.
I've just done an X where I was thinking of placing
I
them.
reckon if we can do it even at like a 10 or 15 feet further in, that'd even be better. Really stick them in there. I just want to kind of want to pick out the most advantageous spot to put it, where it might really do the most amount of damage.
It will continue to grow.
I'll just do nature because there's both up to. Ready, spaghetti, go. There. Hee.
I am. And
Less.
Evelyn.
I'm not stealthy enough. Oh. Yeah, actually, I'm trained in stealth. I'll give it a go.
All right. I got the fort. You guys go do the mushroom thing.
I'd there for more support.
What are you talking about? You're stealthier than me. Like, you got a +5. I only got a +4.
Yeah, but I'm all jittery and nervous all the time, so like...
Yeah, good call. Good call. Good
I
call.
don't know what I'm good at.
I'm
So I say,
almost
Court,
invisible.
can you help Evelyn with hers? Because from my understanding, I don't know if she can see as well as us, which means if we don't have any light, they can't see us.
Evelyn,
Is
your
there
hand on my shoulder.
is there much light from the doorway, like sort of coming into this area, Mr. DM? Okay. All right, I kind of hold onto the back of Nari on the straps or something. I'm like sneaking around behind.
Hand on the shoulder, and I will... It's okay. I think they're still in the room, and I'll lead us forward to, like, the edge, this corner here, whatever.
Can I assist them on a stealth check? Okay. Okay. Woo.
I guess while I'm in there, I would also like to inspect the area to find the most optimal point that I think would be optimal. Watch me roll in that one. Mhm. So then I will plant them right here.
Whoa.
Tonight. Like, I don't run, like stealthily creep back out because from memory, from my thought, is it wasn't fast acting, this thing. I've got plenty of time to get out of here. Yeah.
Push them together.
That better be mushroom pizza.
I'm like in the wall, find a crack, mushroom in there.
Nari's favorite pizza is mushroom pizza.
Mushroom.
Just there. Drop them there, Evelyn.
I'm just kind of like. I'm like, I can't see shit.
I'm gonna have a double check just to make sure that it's mixed on the ground appropriately and then leave Evelyn back.
I drop it on the ground and I'm like, dead mushroom. We're good. Like a foot away from each other.
I don't think we need to.
There's nothing in there.
Yeah, just the two.
One backup one.
Just the two of them.
Just the two of them. We can grow it if you want. Just the two of us. Spores and I.
Also, I want to make
Spores and dirt.
Golgari mushroom towers across multiple realms, so...
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Okay, so.
No.
Oh no.
Aw.
I was like,
How's that room?
I can't hear anything in roll 20.
What? Roll for perception?
Hey guys, did you find any sandwiches?
As long as they're not rock sandwiches, I guess.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh well.
I'm sorry. I did look. Should I roll deception there? Just even it up.
Oh! You liar.
Now, I believe that he is confused about what sandwiches is. Clearly, he's not as intelligent as I am.
Evelyn says we didn't know you wanted sandwiches. So
I did say, I think. I can't remember. That was like 5 minutes ago. Anyway, we got all these Lani guys over there. They're like, hi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're a little bit traumatized from watching Cottonari take apart that ogre, but otherwise they're all pretty good.
Someone cough up blood. Crushed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Don't know how that happened. Honestly.
I look over the Leonin to kind of gauge their expression.
And I just walk off saying, "Cool guys don't look at explosions."
When the mushrooms were exploding, Evelyn kind of went, oh, expecting like shit to just come raining from the sky down. Ew.
It's all over my feathers.
It still, even though she's the one that did it, it still shocked her. Yeah.
Yeah, Andy. Good chap.
Mr. Goldbane.
I say yes, and then I pull out from my bag Ajani's amber bead and show them.
I pull out the... And I pull out another one, because we have like 4 of them, because we pulled them off the fucking... Oh no, we didn't pull them off the tree. Did we? No, we didn't.
Yeah.
I have
Like,
nothing.
I
how to
looked
make
to...
them into. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, you go.
Yeah, I've been wondering about how to make them into arrowheads for Leon. Into full arrows. Sorry.
Gotta take some time and make...
Oh, good.
I looked to Ziora, I'm like, yeah, he said that he'd meet us at the Leonin camp in the mountains.
Shall we help you get there?
Or that you'd help us get...
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
that seems good. Yep.
show us the meaning of haste.
Cast taste.
God damn you! What are you, Shadowfax?
Saying that. I'm glad someone understood the reference.
Gandalf on a giant lizard.
I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. I'm on my way. Ah. I'm
Can I
imagining
feel-
it's like
Sorry, you go.
I'm imagining it's like snapshots of like ooh and then there's one of like Cortnari falling off a vine and then of him like,
Like,
flying next to it like wait I can fly. It's like
I feel like I'm probably feel close to home because it's just like
Sorry, not Cotton
This-
Vein.
yeah. Because I'm like this is a forest. I know forest.
Yeah, this is horrible, isn't it?
This is my jam.
Cool.
This entire time, anytime we see one of these things, Ravane is screaming.
Bugs.
And like that high-pitched Ruby Rod sort of scream.
Evelyn's a little bit squeamy.
That's what an amazing specimen. See how they climb up the tree. They are harvesting the sugar from the sap.
That's terrible!
Can you cook with it?
They look delicious.
Maybe?
Look, I'd eat them, but
Yeah, it's
only to
delicious.
make sure there's less of them in the world.
These
Giant
will
ants,
make
giant-
amazing muffins.
At one point, Evelyn kind of wants to, like, kind of scoot over to the Leonin, and like specifically Zior, and kind of be like, so, what's so special about Ajani?
The evils of him?
That's alright. We forget names all the time.
I forgot my name.
Oh.
What powers?
Can you
does Ajani
describe
have?
what this evil person looked like? But first, yeah, the powers.
Dragon? Oh.
Oh, not
Is it
again.
blue?
Oh, I'm so glad you said Deb.
Then I say, was that big? Was he like super big? Had these big wings that were
I kinda,
bluey
like, hold
red?
on to
And,
Zior's arm, and I like kind of stop walking for a second. I'm like, I think he's back.
I think he came from here.
No. He attacked where we landed.
My home.
I'm pretty sure that was the. I looked to the rest of my party. I'm like, isn't that the dragon that sent things through the city?
Oh, actually, Rory, do we know Nick
Am
Bolus's
I
name?
correct?
Oh.
Mm. Mm. Nanny Bana.
Oh. Yep. Big dragon gem dude.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's fine.
DM, can you insight yourself? I don't know.
What's
I want to
going on
insight my
here?
own memories and be like,
I want to
What
arcana
I-
check and see if there's
I
anything
want-
sus going on.
have
My voice wasn't coming through the whole time because of the thing wasn't set up properly. Okay, I think I'm audible now.
No.
Whoops.
For how long?
For the entire time we weren't on this version, or like on this view, people could hear
Ha.
me.
That's not that long.
Oh,
You before?
During your like sneaky incursion into the caverns, it was in that view. So I
Chat,
actually
why didn't you
fixed
tell us?
well, chat did tell us, and that's why I sort of
Eventually.
fix it. But I can add a fresh source and to this view as well to make sure that it works.
Thanks for letting us know, Mia. Chia? Chia?
Yeah,
I'm
Khalifa?
dyslexic. Sorry.
Okay.
Thanks, Mia.
My source has been added to both tables now, so it should be good. Apologies for that. You missed some cavern shenanigans, but I should be audible now, right? I hope.
Hang on. Let me just see.
The
Say one
mushrooms
thing.
exploded. And then we time
Yeah, I
skipped
can
3
hear you.
days-ish.
Excellent. Okay, that's good. Thank you for informing me. Okay,
Hey,
so
chat.
you were talking to Zior about the dragon who shall not be named for some reason.
Whom we don't know.
I wanted
We
to
can't recall
incite my own memory. if that's
By all
okay.
means, roll insight on your own mind.
While he's trying to remember if he remembers. Nope.
Total of 9.
You aren't sure why you don't remember this great dragon's name. It doesn't make any sense.
I saw it. It was
That's
giant
fair.
and gleaming. Like brass and blue.
What I would think. Would I just be okay with not remembering? Maybe I see if I can remember other names of people that I know. Can I try and remember names of like my family or
Yeah.
anyone from my homeworld?
You remember everybody. Like, I mean, there was that one guy from primary school who was just like always kind of like
Jared.
not present. Like, was it Jared? Was it Darren?
Jared.
Was it Gareth? It was something like that. But the names of people you care about all still present and correct.
Yeah, Evelyn wants to know what sort of powers Ajani apparently has.
Ah, yes. Zia will disclose that Ajani's gifts focus on reading into the essence of a person. He is able to read your aura and determine what ails you.
Evelyn kind of at that.
Well, we'd best press on. Yes, I know that the giant centipede is very impressive, but it's not why we're here.
Can I add giant centipede to my list?
Sure. If there's stats for a giant centipede, we'll sort it out.
Yes. Yes, please. I hate it. Amazing.
Just remember you have many shoes to fill.
Oh, yes.
There's that pizza in my hand. Thank you.
And so, after several more days of travel, you can, of course, all press the long rest button because you did have to stop and rest several times.
Can do that one?
Yes, but
On the
you
journey.
are able to make it up to the mountains, and as you get towards the day, the like 2.5 days mark, you are beginning to slope up more and more with the terrain. You've abandoned climbing on the trees and are now moving up the side of a mountain that's got less and less vegetation, which means less and less protection from the sun, Cordenari. So your journey has gone from beautiful insects to it's very hot.
Can I try and make him another umbrella?
No, I've still got the parasol.
Oh yeah, you still have the parasol.
Yeah.
I want to repair any holes that have like come up in their parasol. Try and patch it and fix it. Make it a little
I
bit
give
better.
I give you a mess kit. Wait, does a mess kit have stuff in it to help you repair?
No,
A
it's
mess
just
kit is
like
food.
No, it's cutlery and stuff. No, ignore
I just
that.
use leaves and stuff and kind
A couple
of in the
things
holes.
I'd like to do on the 3 days journey, so I need
sure
to
thing.
finally fix up my shield after that silly survival roll that I tried to use the behemoth scales to reinforce my shield.
Yes.
So I could finish that off.
Okay, yeah, you are able to conclude that on your first night of travel, and are able to have now a big, like a big almost round shield that's made of a behemoth knee scale on your arm. It's part of your gear.
Also, you are quite quiet. Yeah, Bo.
Excellent. Back up to AC of 16.
Nice.
Nice.
Bo, your volume's a little quiet. I have you on 200%, but you're a little
Same.
Okay.
I've just sent you one.
Fix that up.
low. For me, at least.
Okay, and then
Yeah, it's a bit the same.
and then I assume on your next night, you're going to try and strap bones to your arms.
There we go. That's probably better. I feel like working on these ogre bones, I need an actual workbench or something because I want to split them up. And my idea is like making little bone scales and then affixing them to the armor kind of thing.
Okay.
So-
Well, at the very least, on your next 2 days, you can like sit down with some charcoal and just like puzzle out how exactly you'll do it. So at least the mental work has been done.
Okay, cool.
I say, Court, do you need some rope to help you with this? And I give you another 50 foot of rope.
Rope. The rope might help. I'm thinking more leather to tie all these bits onto my leather shirt here.
I don't have any leather. Oh. Hmm.
This is
Do
a
I
druid trying to get medium armor, so
Yeah.
it's meant to be a bit of work for me. I'm cool with it.
Do I have any spare, like, strappy bits on my armor that I can sacrifice?
I mean, unless you want to go like strapless and have your armor be held up by your boobs.
That's weird. Can I
Like
literally
arm
just
straps or
donate my
anything?
entire little leather chest piece? I will give up my armor.
We're about to
Of course
walk
you
into a
would.
town, guys. Like, I'll be able to get...
Yeah, I know, and I'll be able to get something new there. Maybe something that isn't completely and utterly wrecked from going in the mud. Besides, I'm fine. You've
Yeah.
seen me. I come out of every combat in tip-top condition.
Yes,
Oh,
whatever you
really?
say.
Oh, wait, no, that's my armor.
I can use this, and I'll
Yeah,
start
let's do
sizing that up, and I can cut it into little strips, and
Done.
it'll be cool.
All right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Give me a couple days crafting, give me a survival roll or two, it'll be sweet.
By all means, just
A survival.
give me one survival roll to see how your progress goes, because this isn't too taxing for somebody of your background, but it's just a question of how long it'll take you. Okay, yeah, you've made some decent progress. You've marked out like the best pieces to harvest. You've cut the leather into strips so you can then like punch holes in the bone and then run it through the holes and then attach it to the outside of your other armor and just form a kind of bone scale mail, which is a really cool sentence to say.
It is kind of cool. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ogre bone scale mail. I'm so glad you...
Bone scale mail.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ravane, what were you saying?
I was saying it's a goth tank top.
That is great. I love that so much.
A literal tank top because it's making you more tanky.
Yeah, you are a tank now.
Tank
Okay.
top.
So progress
Ogre
is
bone.
progress is occurring, and after the as you get towards the late afternoon of your third day traveling, you kind of crest a hill, and you see a minor divot or valley that you suspect was caused by water flow, kind of in the side of the mountains that has some light growth of plants around the edges that seems to be the home of the Leonin. There is a narrow winding stream that kind of runs down the mountain through various stone and hide huts that have been constructed around a well, and then once so the water just probably drains into the well and they have a source of water. as you kind of get closer, you can see various other Leonin are just going about their business. This settlement isn't especially large. You think you see maybe like 100 to like homes for 100 to 200 people max, but it seems like a nice place to be. And the Leonin whose condition has been improving day by day as you've been traveling with them seem very happy to finally arrive home.
On that note, would we have been getting like long rests to bust out the occasional, or even not mechanics wise, but bust out the occasional bit of healing on them as we went?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Cool.
they're probably at so they're at near tip-top shape at the end of this journey, thanks to your kind healing.
Can't help you with those broken bones, but sort out your bruises pretty good.
Also got cure wounds. Can I help them as well?
Absolutely. Everybody is very happy and content for the assistance. Zion is still looking a bit like a raisin towards the end of the trip, but your magic can't seem to budge that effect just yet.
Yeah. Which is why I keep offering him a muffin, but he won't eat it.
Mm-hmm. He's not interested in your muffins. He just keeps on eating like roast bug.
Yeah. Like, it's only mostly rocks. I'm pretty sure he found real flour.
One evening when I'm awake, because I only need to do my trance, I'm just going to bust out a healing spirit. So he's not even conscious of the healing.
Yeah.
The spirit's just going to wander around the camp, heal some people for a few minutes.
Kind of cute.
Like
a will-o'-the-wisp.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds really pretty.
Does it dance as well as it's doing it?
Yeah, just like
Happy rave mushroom again.
sort of noises.
Get in, pizza.
Panic.
So, the 8 of you make your way down the kind of a side street, and as you're proceeding through, you can see like various people poking their heads out of their huts and their houses, kind of like oohing and ahhing at the new strangers coming in, making lots of adorable cat sounds as they do. And you kind of get towards the center of town, and standing up on a hill, kind of next to the well, there's like next to the well, kind of up to the east, there is a raised section that has a kind of a combination stone and hide hut on a hill, and it seems there's a small congregation of Leonin at the base of it, all looking up at Ajani Goldmane, who seems to have just stepped outside and is looking down at the 8 of you who've just arrived.
Hey, buddy. Long time no see.
Johnny guy.
Whoa, who dis?
It seems as though he's actually. Can the 4 of you roll me an insight check, please, just from seeing him for the first time?
I mean,
Gas.
Yeah, and Evelyn? Okay. Let's see how well it does.
thank you.
Okay. That's terrifying.
Rube.
Yeah. So he actually, I'd say a Cortinari, you're probably the only person who notices this. It's kind of like for everybody else, he just seems like he sees you and gives you all a warm smile. But a Cortinari, you catch a glimpse of just like sadness. Like he was in a very somber mood, but then he saw you and then put on like a happier demeanor to kind of be that person for you right now.
Be the welcoming presence in front of all of his fellow Leonins kind of thing?
Exactly.
Okay.
So he strides down his hill and kind of just gives like warm welcomes to the people from his village and says, yes, thank you. It's good to be back. It's wonderful to see you all. And at one point he picks up like a small child, just kind of like spins them around, and they go wee. Then he puts them down, proceeds through the crowd, and says, I am so happy that the 4 of you have been able to make it here unharmed.
Can I insight check that?
Of course.
It's
I-
happy to see us.
Are you suspicious?
A little bit, because I'm like the 16. I'm like the circumstances are a little iffy.
Okay. Well,
Everything's being destroyed.
he seems genuinely pleased to see you, from what you can read. He's not trying to.
Evelyn's my reason for that is Evelyn's always suspicious when somebody says that they're glad to see her, because nobody's ever glad to see her.
He says,
Yeah.
"Now, I know we have met previously, but we were under very strenuous circumstances. So allow me to officially introduce myself. I am Ajani Goldmane, and welcome to my home. You are?
Oh, hey, I'm Vane. We met. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Both before and just now.
That is fine.
And I am Theon. Thank you for helping us get to this plane. It feels really warm and it's making... Yeah, I really like it here. It's better than where I came from.
Ah, yes. We will be getting into that. I have some assistance I wish to lend to you. And you are, young miss?
Oh, Evelyn Ashdown. She kind of does a little awkward curtsy kind of a thing.
He
And then kind of like rubs her hands like palms on her legs.
he will reciprocate and will give you like a shallow bow in turn and say, "It's a pleasure." And you?
I am Cortinari Vanitas of the Golgari.
Ah, yes. I have much to discuss with all of you then. But first, I have something to give you. He pulls out of his he kind of pulls a bag around his side and produces like 4 small pale blue stone portions. Like imagine a complete sphere. Crack it in half. Take that half and crack it into 4 equal pieces.
Okay,
4
orange
quarters.
slices. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Orange.
2 orange slices.
Done.
More like
Quarter or an 8?
So it's an
Quarter.
eighth. It's an eighth of an entire sphere, but a quarter of half a sphere, and it's cut so that it forms kind of like a triangle-based pyramid, but with a curved bottom.
Yep, rabbit.
Cute.
And there's portions of metal like woven around the triangle pyramid portion with like cord attached, so that if you wish to, you can wear it around your neck.
Cute.
Oh, what's this? And I just lick it. My goose tongue.
You lick it, and for a moment, you think you can speak Goblin.
Everyone's like,
Oh no, I don't understand Goblin. Damn it.
excuse me? What did you just say to me?
I don't. Let me try that again. And I'm just gonna I'm dangling the thing over my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Is this how it works?
No. These are objects
this?
for you to spend time with. These are portions of a mind stone.
Mind Stone? What is a Mind Stone?
They are.
Everyone's kind of holding it in their thumb.
A mind stone is an object that allows for the containment and transference of knowledge, and that is the intent behind this object. I suppose I should get.
1/8 Mind Stone.
So I have actually created an item in D&D Beyond corresponding to what this is, but I will fully I'll get that up for you guys later. He says now, not to assume, but seeing a group of young, promising planeswalkers making their way in the world, I thought you might enjoy continuing to travel together, especially since.
Planeswalker? And I interrupt and say, what is a planeswalker?
Oh, I suppose I have kind of skipped over that, haven't I? Right.
You've used that word before.
You have used it before, but we didn't get any time to actually ask what you meant by that.
Perhaps we should adjourn to my hut for a more in-depth conversation. And he gestures up the hill to his home.
Do you have any food?
Of course.
Oh, yep, let's go.
Sold.
He kind of gestures up and invites you all into his home. It's a very simple dwelling. It's a rough circle with a fire pit in the center, and the roof seems to be built to allow smoke to escape. There's a few tables around the edges. There's plates. It seems like once he arrived, people brought him food, and ooh, someone's raiding us. Hello and thank you. That's 40 extra people. Okay, that's good.
People.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to the magic. Welcome to the Magic the Gathering multiverse. We're playing some D&D. So, the four of you step into the hut of well-known planeswalker Ajani Goldmay, and it seems as though his hut has been garnished with various foodstuffs from his village upon arrival. There's plates of fruits like papayas, like papaya type fruits that you saw in the jungles of Naya before. There are a kind of lobster-esque carapaces of like scorpion and things like that, just cracked open, cooked and garnished with some wonderful glaze, and other just appropriate jungle fare like probably like
glazed giant scorpion.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Honey glazed.
and probably some tossed salads and things like that. And he kind of gestures to them and also invites you all to take a seat around the fire with him.
I grab a papaya and just like sit down with this papaya and just like start just nibbling at it, looking around, taking another nibble, and then realizing that I'm getting it all over my face. Go, oh shit! What do I wipe my face with?
Is it? Are we just sitting on the ground, or is there like
Yes.
a little sort of? Like...
It's just on the ground. But as you kind of look around and be like, he kind of gestures to the back wall where there's a pile of like cushions and hides and things. If you want to make yourself more comfortable,
I'm all good. Bonk.
just plop your butt down on the ground.
Yep, close to the food.
Okay.
Sit down, start eating some giant scorpion. If I get grease everywhere, I just wipe it on my like leather leggings or whatever I've got.
Sure.
Evelyn goes and gets pillows for everybody, including Ajani, and like places them behind the person before she puts one down on the ground for herself and kind of down on it.
Oh. Thank you, Evelyn. Shuffle onto it.
She doesn't take any food. She just.
Ajani thanks you as well. And once everybody is comfortable and well nourished, oh yeah, I should say that there are also probably like cracked open coconut adjacent fruits that have like drinks inside as well. So if you want to have like a little fruity cocktail, it's
That's what's in my other hand. So now I'm like, I don't know how to wipe my face.
With a straw in it.
Yeah.
Ah, you know it.
You wipe your face on the
Just
coconut.
yes. So
Here, use this bread.
Can you wipe my face for me?
Evelyn kind of breaks off the bread. Kind of. It
Can I
feeds you the
attempt-
bread.
I attempt the weird use of druidcraft.
by all means,
Actually, she uses her mage hand to sort of on your face.
So the second one of you instantly make a flower blossom, a seed pod open, or a leaf bud bloom.
Mhm.
I want to instantly ferment the coconut adjacent fruit, so I have a slightly alcoholic coconut beverage in my hand.
Okay, that's an interesting interpretation of the like magical progression of a plant type thing. But you know what? I will allow it. It's not like super alcoholic. It's like hard lemonade, basically. It's the kind of progression.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
just
There.
it goes slightly weird in my hand for some reason. I'm like,
Yeah.
mushroomy.
Delicious. And so once everybody sits down and is nice and comfortable, Ajani says, I suppose I should take this from the top then.
Yes, please.
Well,
Please.
Yeah, so what's going on? What's this dragon dude? And why do we keep getting stuck between universes?
well, the five
And
of
what
us,
is a planeswalker?
the five of us are all planeswalkers. In my experience, in my travels, I have learned that a planeswalker is an individual who is able to travel between various different planes of the multiverse. Each of your homes, your individual dwellings, I'm certain that all throughout your lives you believed that was all that there was. But there is far more than what you saw. By your magic and by your will, you can escape anywhere you are currently dwelling and travel to somewhere else, as long as you can picture it in your mind. It does take a considerable amount of energy, however, and I would not recommend attempting it more than once or twice a day at a maximum.
So if we can picture it in our mind, we can go there. Can we bring our friends with us?
That is the intent of the items I have given you. These portions of a Mind Stone have been attuned to allow you to share the mental experience of occupying a location with those near you who also have them. So once you have attuned to these items, say for instance Cortanari were to imagine his home on Ravnica, the three of you would also receive the same mental image, including the sights, the smells, and all of the sensations, allowing the four of you to all planeswalk as one. Since you are all still quite young, I thought it might be a good idea to suggest that you remain together while you hone your craft. In my personal experience, it took me months, or close to years of study to reliably planeswalk from place to place. And so I thought it might be beneficial for you to stay together and learn as a group, if that is something that you were interested in too.
I'm gonna grasp.
I don't plan to leave these guys.
Really hard. Think about this really cool dumpling place, and see if looking at everyone's face and see if they can picture the dumpling place.
Well,
No, all right, didn't work.
You aren't yet attuned to the Mind Stone portion. So give it some time and you'll be able to do it.
Evelyn, remembering one of her last places that she was at home and the whole experience, she just kind of puts the Mind Stone on the ground. Just kind of doesn't touch it.
Okay. And he says, so, does that sound like an agreeable proposition?
Well, it seems pretty useful.
Indeed.
Especially as far as not getting killed. That's like my favorite thing to do.
Absolutely. I personally could have benefited from a group such as yours when I was beginning. In fact, in my time since traveling the plains, I have encountered a group of like-minded individuals known as the Gatewatch. And we have been working together to bring about the common good across the multiverse.
That sounds
Where was the first place you planeswalked to?
That's an excellent question. I should have had Ajani's Wikipedia page up.
It's Lowen. It's Lowen. That was a loaded question, Rory. That was a loaded question. That's where he first appeared.
That's not where he first planeswalked, though.
Yeah, true.
Actually, no. He planeswalked to Jund.
Oh.
Evelyn, kind of, was your first planeswalk an accident?
Yes, it was. That is something else I was hoping to discuss with you. In my experience traveling and meeting other planeswalkers, it has been my experience that most of us encounter a very traumatic event that ignites our spark, as it were. So I was hoping to potentially have a conversation with each of you and perhaps ease any burdens to your conscience, if that would be agreeable.
While the conversation's going on, I'm already going into my bag, getting one of the leather strips that I have made, fixing it to the mind portion. I'm just like, this is practical. I need this knowledge, and it's already around my neck by the time the conversation's done.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I do the same.
I don't got no leather strips left, so
It's already got a.
Wait, what's going on?
It's got a thing around it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's already got a tie on it.
It's got a cord around it ready, so you can you can tie it around your neck.
You just made it better.
Yeah, it's all fancy now.
A new friend.
All right. So what do you want to know exactly?
Well, who wishes to share first?
Man, I was just minding my own business, and then some big thing came, and then it fell, and then there was like some robot guys in oil, and then, I don't know, I was pretty hungry by that point, so I forgot a lot of the details.
I have my own methods, if you will consent to a little magic.
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of adjusts himself on the cushion, begins to make it so that he is looking directly at you, and he kind of rubs his paws together and then kind of extends them with the like cat beads on his hands glowing a white. He
little beans.
Little kitty beans. He reaches out and kind of gets within a certain distance of you, and as he does, you feel a presence reaching out towards you, and you kind of begin to like feel very relaxed and chill. And as you're kind of like relaxing, he waves a hand over the fire, and it takes on a much more animate life. And so as he's focusing on you and you're looking at this fire, you kind of like lose yourself in it, and your gaze just goes deeper and deeper and deeper, and then all of a sudden you are in your memory. And now I'm going to change over.
Oh shit, this didn't work out well last time I was here.
To something else. So you are as you kind of look around your own memory, you are just floating in the air. You are flying in a V formation with the rest of your wing. The other four Avon who you were training with back on Dominaria. Now,
hi guys.
Now, in this flying V formation, where do you think Ravane would be? Like front?
Oh, he is up at the back. They do not put him at the front of these things anymore.
Fair enough. So you're like at
not
the
putting incident.
So you're like at the back left of this flying convoy. You look around, you can see your friends, Akaro, Viola, Diver, and Sheev. All these other trainee, like kind of young adult Avon just flying above the mountains of Benalia, making your way north to engage in some training exercises. Just floating along in the sky, you feel very at peace because Sarah is with you, and she will always be with you. You drift along, and as you kind of crest one of the mountains, you look down and you see this like explosion rumble up out of a nearby valley, and looking down, it seems that there's a landslide kind of careening towards a mountain path. The person at the head of this of your wing, Akaro, just instantly gestures all five of you to fly down in formation to make sure that nobody was hurt, and you begin to dive in and spiral down gently to see if you can lend any aid. As you get kind of into the shadows of the valley, and the sun is kind of blocked out by one of the peaks, you glance over to the right of your wing to Sheev, who is on the other side, and you don't see Sheev anymore. You kind of and in that moment you hear kind of like a squawky goose honk for help, as Sheev is also a goose Avon. You look down, and Sheev is just like plummeting towards the ground, wings dripping with blood, and immediately, as everybody's attention goes towards this, you all just peel off your descent and go to try and intercept Sheev and grab him. And just as you're about to reach out and grab him, an orb of blackness just erupts from the ground, and you are in complete darkness. Like, you're flying...
Right, yeah, the trouble. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Your flying V formation just, like, breaks off. You all just start, like, panically, like treading water, but in the air, basically just looking around, unsure what's going on, and one by one, you hear the sounds of an impact and a cry. So you hear one, you hear two, you hear three. That's everybody. And just as you're preparing for somebody to hit you, the blackness just dissipates, and you look up, and there is a foreboding demonic figure, like, beating black leathery wings above you. You make out some features of this individual. There is a very unusual red marking on his torso. It's nothing you recognize, but as you're looking up at this, the memory stops, and you hear Ajani's voice, and he says, "Oh dear."
Yeah, that was the thing, wasn't it? I sort of forgot some of that, I think.
Well, your perspective on the situation isn't excellent, but I can see why this would ignite your spark. It seems that you have encountered who many fear to seek, an evil planeswalker.
Wait, that was another one of... What?
I recognize this individual.
The us three see this vision as well, don't we?
You are also around the circle and can see into fire. It's not as clear as though it's Ravane because it's his memory, but you can make out the images in the fire as well. So he says, "This is the planeswalker Ob Nixilis."
Okay.
I don't know what brought him to your home, but it's nothing good.
Oh. Well, he did sort of kick everyone's ass. I'm pretty sure they're not okay.
No. Shall I see where you arrived next? I assume your planeswalk was forthcoming after this happened.
Yeah, something happened.
Okay.
Got a bit weird.
The memory continues to play, and as you're kind of looking up and seeing this looming black figure getting closer and closer above you, you just disappear. Your perspective is gone, and all of a sudden you are somewhere else. You are flying above somewhere very unsettling. A small patch of razor grass lies beneath you, but around you in every other direction there is warped, twisted metal.
It's not this place again.
It is very unpleasant, and you feel chills run up your spine just seeing this place. There are horrible, cruel machinations, and just as the rest of you are looking at this and kind of getting an impression of what it is, it looks like a hellscape. It's absolutely horrible. But as Ajani recognizes it, he cuts off the connection to you, kind of just like leaps over the fire, pushes you to the ground, and starts like casting a very big spell over you, like chanting.
Oh, I didn't consent to this bit.
You have been to a horrible place, my friend. I am making sure that its taint has not followed you here.
Oh yeah, the gooey stuff. Yeah, I saw that. It's not fun.
How unlucky must you have been for New Phyrexia to have been the first place you visited?
New for what now?
It's a horrible place. A horrible, horrible place.
Yeah, I can sort of figure that part out. But
I urge you, never return, for your own good.
Well, it's nice to be in agreement.
It is a truly terrible place to be, and I'm sorry that you had to go there.
Wait, I could have gone somewhere else? Oh, man. Oh, is there a cupcake planet?
Not that I've seen. No.
Oh, it's good to have a goal. All right.
Create it.
Once he's finished casting what you assume is like greater restoration or something on you just to be safe, he kind of peels off and says, "So, you didn't touch any oil, any inky black substance while you were there?"
Nope, I stayed nice far away in the air, because that was real bad.
Yes.
I saw what that did to people. It was like some nice enough looking ibis guys, and they got really mucked up by it.
Your flight was quite a blessing to your life. It seems that you are safe. Apologies for the tackle, but we all.
Oh, that's all right. It seems to happen to me every time.
We all would have been in terrible danger if that taint had followed you.
Yes, I'm aware.
The music makes me think so.
He kind of
Davis from Phyrexian.
He kind of recomposes himself, sits back down on the cushion opposite you and says, "Now, I'm unsure of what Obnixilix was doing on your home, but if you wish to seek vengeance, I would advise against it. It is not a healthy mindset to be in. You can take this from my own experiences."
Hmm.
If you wish to seek him out and undo the evils he has done for the good of all, that may be a healthier approach. But he is very dangerous, so I urge caution.
Well, yeah, I don't think I can take a flying demon man. I mean, maybe all of us together. Like, pretty sure there's something in the pamphlet about people like that.
He looked pretty scary.
I'm gonna have to pass.
Understandable. If you have any other questions or concerns, please don't be afraid to ask. I will do my best to assist you and guide you through this.
Yeah, I might just sit down for a bit after that. That was, I didn't really want to think about nothing. Any more of those papayas?
Yes, yes, many.
And I hand him the second half of my papaya going, I've had enough.
Why don't you have some of that fermented coconut? That might.
Yeah, that
be-
sounds good. Yeah. Larry, can I just? It's got some mold on it. That's fine.
Some little mushrooms growing off the side of it.
Mm-hmm. He kind
It's
of
like a moss ball, not a coconut.
he turns to the remaining three of you and says, "So, who wishes to be next?"
I guess I can go. Well, I'm from a place called Lorwyn. And it is pretty messed up there. I am what they refer to as an eye blight. I had to run away from my tribe, who were trying to murder me because of this, and then I pull one of my horns off to show that one horn is like slightly different to my other horn, because I'm not symmetrical, and go, yeah, as you can see, I'm ugly, and then put the stag horns back on over them. I was being helped by the Kithkin in the valleys, and the other elves discovered our camp, and they were chasing us, trying to hunt us through the forests. I lost my friends and hid behind a root, and all of a sudden I just couldn't hear them chasing me anymore. So I got up, I walked, and I found this village that looked completely unknown to me. The forest was completely different. So I discovered that there were elves there, but they didn't look like me. So I guess I was somewhere else. And then I guess I recall that I was at... I can't remember.
You arrived at Castle
Yeah.
Thwain.
Yeah, Lithuania, that's it.
Yes. Ajani says, interesting. Though I suspect your story is missing something. May I?
Yeah.
He kind of reaches out, his hand beads glow again, and you feel a similar sensation to Ravain, where your mind just focuses on this weird warped shaping fire at the center of the circle, and it takes on a life all its own, and now the five of you can all see kind of like a side-on view of Theon just like beating feet through a forest, like vaulting over vines, sliding under others, just ducking back and forth as arrow after arrow just barely misses him and strikes the trees or goes by elsewhere. I have music for this too.
Is it Run by Iron Kid? Because if it's
Yeah.
not, I'm gonna be so sad.
It's not.
Run, boy, run.
I'm not using.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not using licensed music. That's ridiculous.
Good point. Just the
We should
instrument.
just sing it.
So
Run, boy, run.
So you were just sprinting along, being chased by the hooting and hollering eye-blight assassins chasing after you in this vision. You come to a clearing, leap up to a branch, swing up, land in a tree, scurry around, and kind of just place your back against it, just doing your best to catch your breath as quietly as you can. You see there's a group of 5 other elves that enter the clearing, and their voices are booming at you, saying, "I blight, come out and die. You are not worthy to be in this world. None of you are worthy to be in this world. And the audacity that you have to be born an elf as opposed to one of those filthy boggarts is disgusting. The fact that you lived amongst us for so many years makes my blood boil with rage. That's why I had to kill your parents. For sheltering you and not killing you the moment you were born." And at that moment, Theon, you would likely be feeling some kind of combination of overwhelming grief, pain, and anger.
I'm like semi-hyperventilating right now.
Oh god, oh god, oh god! And then kind of just mirroring your breath in the actual vision, you kind of just throw across to the wind, push off from the branch, pull out your bow, and go to take a shot. But then, like, as soon as you see this guy, you just disappear. And if there were a camera view of where you left, about 5 arrows probably would have hit the tree you were hiding behind like a second later. So it's probably good you left. You hurtle through space and eventually find yourself landing in a different forest, and you travel along and encounter the floating city of Castle Lochthwain. And at this Ajani says, this is a very unfortunate tale indeed. I do hope not many more of your stories are so based around loss. How do you feel about this, Theon?
Glad I'm not in Lorwyn anymore, but I really, really want things to change there now that I've seen that elves can live peacefully with other tribes. Like, from where I've seen, it just doesn't make sense.
Yes. In my experiences of traveling around, no other place has such a xenophobic approach to appearance, especially not amongst elves. So, as you travel around, I expect you need not hide who you truly are from the rest of this multiverse.
And as he says that, I go, are you sure?
Well,
And then I reluctantly take my large stag horns off my head
Mhm.
and just throw them aside to try and embrace my actual look.
Absolutely. And
Leon, in my world, there are numerous elves, and they look down on us Devkaran, but many live in the light, many look strange. I just thought you were another elf myself.
I appreciate that. I really do.
if you do intend to return to your unusual home one day and attempt to resolve this, you may need assistance, but it seems you have a wonderful group at your side.
I do indeed.
Have you any other questions or concerns? I'm here to help.
How do we discover new planes that none of us have been to?
Well, that is something that occurs as you travel. In my experience, as you go from place to place, there are flashes of other locations that you see as you go. Though it is difficult, if you can concentrate on them, those are actually images of other planes yet to be visited. And it is by these glimpses that you can, over time, expand your understanding of this multiverse and visit more and more places.
Okay. I'm good.
He turns to a Courtenay and Evelyn says, "Would either of you two like to talk about what happened to you?"
Is Coordinary picking up on how anxious Evelyn is about this?
I don't.
Probably.
Yeah, she's.
Evelyn's kind of,
very nervous.
but she's kind of like just.
You're like, I don't want to.
I will tell my tale. It is nowhere near as dramatic. I was being foolish. I was cheating. My family are respected shamans. All of my brothers and sisters. I have a large family. But my older brother, Luco, it was his time for the trials. He went into the main room and I put on my hood. I snuck in the back. I hid away and I watched him try and do his trials. I had reached his level, though he is 50 years older than me. He just reached his 65th year. Anyway, he failed. The leaders of the Golgari, they mulched him right there. Reduced him to compost. I gasped and had to flee from guards, and after that point I left the Golgari caves and I came to where I found this, my chest plate. It was a strange catacomb. I was there for months all alone. If I was not so good at my shaman skills, I would have died. And then after, I don't know how many months of being alone, I heard someone moving in the catacombs and I ran. And that's when I fell back home and met all of you.
I do have some queries about this item that you are wearing. Would you be so kind as to share? And he kind of warms his paw beads.
Does he want me to take it off?
No, he wants to see into your memories and have a better understanding of what you saw in those caves.
Okay. I thought that was identify my ogre skull. No. Yeah, he can look into my memories.
Cast identify.
He warms his hand beads, reaches out, and once again your vision drifts into the fire. Though, unlike everybody else, your perception of things begins after your first planeswalk, and it's kind of in a bit of a stilted perception. It seems like he is looking for the pertinent information within you, and so it's like various chunks of information of you like stumbling around inside this cave. Hang on. Boop. I choose you.
I had to look up our 0 session backstory notes to actually.
It's all good. I was prepared. He.
I was impressed that I remembered mine.
Well, I'm glad I was able to bolster it. Oh yeah. It's just. It shows many images of you staggering around, and as your eyes are first adjusting, you're using your fingers to feel the carvings in the walls, indicating all of these different archaic forms of magic. And over time, you kind of gain a bit more of your composure. Your eyes adjust to the complete and total blackness that surrounds you, and you're able to more easily read and study it over time. It shows you. It shows you reading through, understanding all of these different glyphs, and then cracking open a sarcophagus, smashing the back off a skull, and then just like carving these runes kind of a little haphazardly around the edge of the skull. And as you kind of perform the last one, he stops your memory and says, "A moment," and kind of reaches towards the fire, moves his hand over it, and it goes from being black and white to kind of a weird... It goes to like kind of a black and white thing, and there's a very like palpable aura of something that just kind of forms around the skull the second you apply like the last carving into it, and he looks up at you currently wearing it, looks down at the image and says, "I'm concerned about what you created in these caves. Where did this occur?"
You saw it, that is all I know.
Well, I've seen these images before. I've seen them on another. There was an artifact known as the Chain Veil. Somehow it is that you have encountered the birthplace of this artifact and created some kind of equivalent facsimile to it, which is very concerning. It carries great and terrible power. Have you had any magical experiences with this item you're wearing on your chest?
I mean, I use it to cast my magic, but it is just a conduit.
Okay. Roll deception.
Damn it!
I know you're lying!
I know I'm lying too, it's fine.
Uh-huh.
I know you're lying.
That's enough. Ajani has good wisdom, he's a cleric.
Oh no.
He kind of cocks a furry eyebrow and says, I see. Well, if you intend to get a better understanding of the magic you have imbued within this item, you may wish to return from whence you came. But I urge caution with this object. It seems as though it will grow in strength the more it travels with you.
I do like a little internal voice. That soul that I spoke to a few sessions ago. Can I just be like,
Bruh.
You hear that?
Yeah, sure. Give me... It's a good roll for this. Just roll me, like, flat wisdom. So just add a d20 and add your wisdom modifier. Okay, not quite that, but okay. So it's 12 altogether then.
14.
Not a save, just a roll.
That's a saving.
Oh, just yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Yep.
You kind of reach back into your mind a bit and think, is anybody there? But you don't really hear anything. It seems quiet for now. It says, if ever you wish to be rid of this object, I too can be of assistance.
That is good to know, Ajani. I will seek your aid as soon as I need it.
Of course. Towards you, Cortnari, towards everybody, he had a very, kind and convivial stance, but your reaction to this and being all I guess it's fine, he kind of, it kind of feels like his conversational shields are up a little bit around you as you're just okay, that's fine.
I love that.
So he's just put a bit on edge by you.
Tell me, Ajani, you performed well for your people, but I sensed something was wrong.
What do you mean?
Never mind. You're staring at our minds. I'm put off.
He says, if you wish to discuss something else, and kind of waves his hand at the smoke, gets buffeted back into a normal shape, and just
No, I
carries
just
on.
wanted to power play that previous insight roll to be oh, you're reading into me. I want to read into you a little bit.
Yeah, solid.
He says, I'm doing as well as can be expected after the trials that occurred on Ravnica. But fear not, Cortnari. Your people were instrumental in the safeguarding of tens of thousands of the Ravnican populace. Many of them retreated into the Undercity at the behest. Yes, at the behest of Queen Vraska.
My people know how to survive. They will kill those blue skeletons.
And indeed they did. So, last but not least, Evelyn, was it? I don't wish to pry if you are not comfortable, but I would like to offer counsel if I can.
Can you remove memories?
That is not within my power. If I spoke to an associate of mine named Jace, you probably could, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Is it important that you look into our memories?
Well, Evelyn, it doesn't take someone such as me to understand that the thought of your first planeswalk is giving you a great amount of anxiety. I don't wish to exacerbate this, but I would like to help. And I think exploring it may be able to do that.
She kind of steels herself. Very well. If you think it'll help.
I will do my best. Now, if at any point you feel uncomfortable and you wish for us to cease, I will stop. Do you understand? I'll cut the track called Deep Noise. He gets his poor beads all worn up again, reaches out towards you, and once again your vision shifts towards the fire as it takes a shape. Your perception kind of floats in downwards above the high city of Thraben on the plain of Innistrad, and it comes in closer and closer above a grand manor, and settles into a view through your eyes. You are standing in a well-appointed kitchen, wearing a very frilly maid's dress, slicing vegetables with a very familiar knife.
night before.
You kind of explore your senses in this memory somewhat. You look around and you can hear the sound of somebody else behind you also preparing. The basically the second in command of the estate's kitchen staff, an older woman called Greta, is behind you, and you're here at her behest.
Do I remember this myself?
Yes.
Okay.
You recall this entirely. And you're just in the kitchen hearing the like occasional grunting and muttering of Greta behind you as she prepares a stew, discards some scraps to the dog kennels out the back, and is just going about her business. And then as you're proceeding and just like kind of at this point mindlessly slicing the vegetables, you feel kind of a shudder run up your spine, and this is the point at which your actual memories stopped, but these ones are carrying on. And you kind of look around, and from your perspective your gaze just shifts up from the vegetables. You slip the knife into your apron pocket, and you go and turn to leave the kitchen. As you do, Ajani kind of stops what you're doing and says, I think there may be some detail here. Roll me perception.
Perception?
Yes, perception.
Come on. I clicked it.
Okay.
Hang on. Again. Oh, there you go. 8. Ooh, 8.
8. Okay. You, as you are turning away, you catch a glimpse of Greta in the reflection of a hanging cleaver. As you're turning away, she was still behind you. You just turn, walk out of the kitchen and out into a more expansive foyer. It is very well appointed. There are tapestries hanging on the walls, suits of armor lining the entryway, and a very wide staircase just going up onto the first floor of the building. The path you're taking feels very like intentional and purposeful. You round the side of the stairs, and just as your head turns to look up, you see, or you hear the sound of something metal clattering to the ground. And as you and in your peripheral vision, you can just see a silver tray rolling around the other corner of the stairs and coming to that weird kind of awkward frisbee stop. And you recognize this tray. It belongs to your master's personal butler. I believe his name was Heinrich. So it seems as though this tray was dropped during your interlude. But that doesn't stop you, and you continue to walk up the stairs. You take a right and proceed into the east wing and head directly towards your master and mistress's private bedchambers. You open up the door, and you see that your mistress, Rada, a very young, beautiful woman, is just is sitting at a vanity, kind of admiring a piece of jewelry, and your master Vadim is standing over a bed, kind of pulling back the covers, about to get to get into the bed. He turns, sees you, having just walked into his chambers unannounced, and approaches you, begins like aggressively berating you about impropriety, about docking your wages, about how you should get out right now. And as soon as he is within striking distance, in one fluid motion, your hand goes into the apron, pulls out the knife, and slits his throat. He just collapses to the ground in front of you, and you hit to your left. Rada is just screaming, but seems like petrified by the situation, and is just stuck in space. You see your view shift down. You kneel in front of the dying form of a demon, just plunge the knife in several more times for good measure. At that, you hear the sound of Rada kind of stumbling over herself, running to the door to the balcony on the side of the room. But you are in hot pursuit. Your perspective shifts towards her. You break into a run, and just as she gets her hand on the door handle, you sink the knife directly into her back, and she just falls to the ground in front of you, dead. As you kind of pull the knife out, regain your composure, there's this weird kind of feeling, and this is where your actual memories started again. You are all of a sudden just in this room covered in blood. Your master and mistress are dead at your feet, and you just start to panic and cry and scream, and then you vanish. And you land in a swamp on Zendikar.
Oh!
Holy shit.
Mother flippin' boss.
Ajani says, "Oh my. That was a lot. Are you okay, Evelyn?"
No. Just kind of sitting there, like cross-legged, like grabbing her ankles, like trying not to just cry. I don't remember what happened.
But these are your memories, are they not?
It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I don't remember doing it.
That is very unusual. Because clearly something in you does. He brings his paws up, stands, gets closer to you, and kind of gets a more in-depth feel of your aura, kind of just like moving his arms above you. There's wisps of magic dancing around you as he does this. And after a moment he says, "Oh, that's very strange. It seems..." he says, he kind of reaches towards your hair, and says, "May I?"
Yes?
How's your hair done up? Is it like in a ponytail?
Yeah, just being like a ponytail on the back of her head.
It's like he carefully undoes the ponytail and begins parting your hair, and kind of moves his paw over the like his glowing paw over your scalp as he does, and kind of gestures for Ravain to look. He says, "Ravain, could you?"
Yeah.
And as he moves his paw over your scalp and kind of combs through your hair, it's like there's a tattoo on the back of your head. It looks like very like gothic. Ravain, you recognize a certain like familiar like religious stylistic choices on like in its design. It's not possible to get a full understanding of the pattern because it's in your hair. He says, "This seems to carry some magic. And it seems like it's been here for a long time. Have you any family on your home?"
Well, yes. I had a mother and a father. I guess.
I have been to Innistrad recently. In the past year or so, I did see the trials that your people faced. Did your family survive?
My people?
Yes. When Emrakul visited.
What do you mean?
Do you recall over a year ago madness taking hold of your land? Tentacles, monsters in the streets?
Do I recall this?
Yes, you do.
Well,
It was a very big deal.
Well, yes. Obviously.
Well, it drove... those events killed many and drove others mad. So you would recall that your dad's in a loony bin right now.
Oh, yeah. Both of my parents are in a loony bin, aren't they?
I thought your mum was dead and your dad's in a loony bin.
Yeah, I have parents, but one of them's crazy.
He says, well, you might want to you might want to try and speak to him in spite of the insanity. I personally don't understand this, but this likely came from a church on your home, and has probably been there since you were very young, especially if you didn't know about it. The nature of a Planeswalker spark is one of magic. All of us carry gifts within us. But but the more I examine your aura, it feels like there's something wrong. Like your connection to magic is diluted or unusual. I don't understand.
That can't be right.
No?
I have magic in me, and I've used magic before. It's normal. There's nothing wrong with it. When I kind of shuffle my sleeves up, I'd like to reveal all my script on my arms. I'm like, I have magic on my skin. I'm magic.
Yeah. Ravane, as you kind of look at the at the shape on the on the back of her head in the tattoo and the kind of patterns and designs that formed on her arms, it looks very similar. Like weirdly, very similar to each other.
To a chesty thing on what's it?
I know. It's like somebody used the same font on both. Kind of.
Zappinos.
Mm-hmm.
Wingdings.
Wingdings. I woke up with these markings on my arms, and I'm stronger than I was, and I could do things I couldn't do, but it's not bad magic. It's good magic. It's normal magic.
No.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing
wrong with me.
I think this tattoo on the back of your head has had an impact on how your magical abilities have developed, and it's almost as though your magic is being filtered through it. And I don't really understand. I didn't spend much time studying the clergy on Innistrad. I was just trying to save lives.
Ajani, Evelyn, might I try a ritual of my own? It helps me see magics. Actually, no. I'll just do it as a actual spell slot casting and do detect magic.
Yeah, sure.
And try and concentrate on Evelyn's tattoos to work out a school or channeling bad magic or channeling just neutral or
casting
or if it's being suppressed.
Casting to detect magic, you kind of reach out, and initially you don't feel anything really. It seems like Ajani is just full of it when he's saying there's magic involved. So, but as you kind of reach out and try and get deeper, can you roll me Arcana, please?
Oh, this is gonna go great.
Better than me.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, you think there's magic there, but it feels very weird. It's like it's part of her, and it's very much all. You're having a hard time figuring out where Evelyn ends and the magic begins.
Not natural magic. It's not weird wizard magic. It's some other stuff that I can't get a beat on.
I mean, by the nature of the spell, you do get a sense for this school, and it is abjuration.
Okay. So it's yes, there is something that makes you more. It changes you somehow. Faster? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, Evelyn, I have given you all of the insights I have. Have you any questions? Concerns?
A lot. But apparently you can't do them.
if you wish to have these answered, you may need to return home.
You saw what I did. I can't go back there.
Yes, but can you go on?
Then interrupt and say, well, no one saw what you did from what I saw, so they don't even know that it was you. And I'm happy to go with you if you feel like it would help.
I don't know what to say. I'm too much of a... I can't go back while I don't even know how long it's been. They're searching for somebody who killed my masters, and I'm the only one missing, as far as I know. Prime suspect.
Ajani has said both you and I should go back to find out more about our powers. Mine to that strange place I have no name for. Yours back to what they call it? Innistrad? Sounds like a strange world, but if you help me learn more, I will help you.
And I'm not going back to either place I went to, so it's all good.
Let's stay away from the creepy grass oil place as well. That one,
That's not sound. No.
I still want to find the cupcake world. So I'm along for the trip till we find that one, at least.
Try a muffin world. Might have more luck.
Oh, I can make my own muffin. It's fine. But a world made of cupcakes.
The frosting that really makes it.
Evelyn's kind of like got sort of a suspicious eye on Ajani, and on kind of on everybody, because everyone's like, "Ooh, spooky magic! Ooh, there's something here," and she's like, "I'm normal. What's the matter with you people?" So she's kind of like.
In my mind, how I interpreted that would be that you're being suppressed, that you could be a lot more than you already are. That's how I interpreted it. And that's how I interpreted it as the character.
Yeah, but Evelyn's like, isn't a Johnny?
But you have no idea.
All powerful, all knowing dude, and he doesn't even know about my tattoos.
Well, and at this, Ajani says, your path ahead is your own to choose. It's good that you are discussing it, as you have many avenues ahead of you, it seems. My intent is to return to Theros, as I have some matters to finish up. But you are welcome to remain in this village for as long as you like.
Theros, can you give us a vision of what Theros looks like, so that if we need to find you, we know where to walk to?
Yes, of course. He waves his hand over the fire, and you see an image of stone columns, lots of curved archways. It's very beautiful, and can you all roll me perception checks, please?
Yeah. Perception.
Oh.
Revenge.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That did nothing to stop the sound.
Damn. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Evelyn and Ravane, as Ajani shows you an image of this place, his memories get to a certain point, and then he kind of like tries to obscure it. But the two of you are both fast enough to see that there is a statue in the middle of a square overlooking an ocean.
Of him.
That of a tall, very like strong, stern-looking man. He's carrying a shield, has a very well-adorned breastplate. His armor looks somewhat familiar to what you saw the people of Bant wearing, and on his right arm he has this kind of small curved shield that has like long, like flowing tendrils of something coming out of it, and he is just standing in this square as a statue, resplendent, and he kind of just like hastily like smudges that away before you see it properly.
Oh, Gideon.
Gideon. sorry, Nick. It's a thing.
Okay.
Don't worry, I didn't get that one.
It's all good.
No, it was my bad. I'm not metagaming.
Yes, it's fine. You know who Gideon is, though. Anyway, he says, "Yes, that is Theros. And if you'll excuse me, I will." And he kind of just wipes his eye a little bit. I'm going to step outside and spend some time with my family. If you need anything, let me know. And he moves towards the door of his hut and steps outside into the sun.
Oh well, that was horrifying. Let's not do that again. We keep saying that.
Agreed.
Stop doing horrifying things. Find this cupcake world.
Evelyn kind of
Guys, okay?
pretends to just starts grabbing food and
Yeah, here.
Good.
It's empty, but there's still a little bit of weird spiciness to this coconut.
grabs a papaya.
I love how much this party cares about food. It makes me happy.
It's like Monstana.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
can't bring food with us every time we walk.
Yeah, good point.
Gotta eat
I'm gonna
eat
enjoy it
much
where we
while
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
We should make it our goal to sample all of the fine cuisine of every realm we go to, every
Yes.
plane we go to.
Oh,
Please.
yeah, that is a campaign.
Mm-hmm. So
Food tour of plane.
so everybody.
Oh, guys. What do we want to do now?
Shall we check out this village and see if we can
What day is it?
find? Yeah, actually, good point.
Yeah,
It's
a little bit of R&R is not a bad idea.
It's like mid to late afternoon at the moment, so the
Okay.
sun is beginning to set.
Rebane, hopefully you can find a protection, a new replacement. Thank you
Oh,
for
look,
the
that
ladder.
wasn't doing much for me anyway, so don't worry. Plus, now I get all my feathers free.
Kind of like fluffs up a little bit.
Yeah. Like
That's so
twice the width, just for a moment. But just like our game, like a little bit of time, just, resting up, etc., figuring out our next move, where to go to, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like to explore the village, just to have a look around to see if I can find anything of use that would aid us.
Yeah,
Moving
on
forward.
that note, we've been getting our ass kicked a lot.
Yeah.
What do we do to not do that?
Enjoy it. Just sleep and hang out.
Oh yeah, maybe we should ask Ajani that. Like, how can we
What do you
like?
do around here for fun?
Yeah, fun.
Well,
Play
actually,
bowls.
any sweet stuff that might help us out.
10-foot pole.
Yeah, definitely.
Been told a 10-foot pole will help us immeasurably. I don't know why.
Pitons.
Absolutely. So it sounds like the plan is to engage in some R&R, explore the village, and then have a conversation about where you're going next later on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I think at that point, with you all just sitting around the fire, having a very well prepared meal in Ajani Goldmane's hut, now's a good time to end the session for this week.
Oh,
You right?
My pleasure. That was fun.
thank you. That was awesome.
That was great.
Me just over here traumatizing Kim.
That was. Yeah, that was awesome.
Traumatized.
I'm down.
More than enough.
I'm down.
Let's just discuss our PTSD triggering things that made it super magical.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about how I'm an actual murderer.
Yeah.
What's great
So,
is that
like, almost murdered.
mm-hmm. Like Kim, you weren't sure exactly what happened and said, "Just tell me what
Okay.
happens. Just do it for me. It's fine." And I did.
The prompt they gave Roy was like, "I blacked out," and then I kind of came to it. There's blood everywhere. Have fun.
I'm like, okay.
That's cool.
The fact that it's
I was-
like dissociative personality where like your trauma made something else, but it's also a bit magical. I'm enjoying it. It's
Yeah,
I
that's
have no
cool.
idea what's going on, and I am not disappointed whatsoever.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I'm very pleased.
Although bits and pieces of stuff that we've discussed for my backstory, Rory, is slowly coming back to me, but I think it's all stuff we talked about like face to face.
Yeah.
And we never put in a text, so I don't remember any of it, or I remember bits and pieces of it.
Well, here's
So I
the
have to
thing.
write all this down.
I do, and look at this. These 2 pages of notes I wrote just on what I talked you through just now.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing, Rory.
Yeah,
I'm
this
obsessed with you.
this is an outline of that trauma I just gave you.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Okay,
Yes.
now we need to do something. The one thing
Let me
that no
see.
one actually taught me how to do.
Rating!
Somebody.
Yeah, so I got a kindly Chris came and paid me a visit during the day and was all like, "Hey, what's up? I'm going to explain to you how Streamlabs works." He told me everything except how to raid. So I'm just going to have a look around this software.
Because I have an idea of somebody that we can raid
Okay.
Oh.
once you figure out how to do it. One of my friends that I went to uni with, a dear friend
Oh.
of mine, he goes by Daisy Picker on.
Baby picker.
You just do
On-
/raid followed by the channel.
Where do I do that?
Name's Lamb.
So I think we got to find.
Oh god, I'm pressing all the buttons.
So you said Daisy picker.
One word.
What, so I, as GamesLab, type in chat /raid. Oh yeah, raid channel. Okay.
Daisy picker is live,
So
and then
how do you spell Daisy Picker?
DAISYPICKER. No spaces. Only a capital D. As far as
no, it doesn't matter.
there you go. Daisy Picker. One word.
Okay, I'm.
There we go.
There you go. It's Olivia.
Playing Cuphead.
Oh, it's a great game. Spelling this right? It's giving me no matches.
It's in the stream text. I just copied it there
Okay.
on
oh, yeah.
Twitch.
Kim, I think Carl was watching because an account called Escoville followed us about an hour ago.
Yes. Success.
Nice.
Okay, let's have a look.
Thank
Keeps asking
you
me if
everone
I've
for
got pictures.
enjoying our stream.
Yeah. Where did you post this again? Oh no! Oh no! Bad, very bad. Going back. Not messing with the Discord. That's where people can see us.
Oh no! Memes.
No memes.
There we go.
The memes. I'm still a bit sensitive with the whole trying to figure. Oh, okay. It's in there.
You got.
Sorry.
Thank you for sticking around, you
This is
6 viewers, whatever.
Yeah, thanks everyone for staying around and enjoying this stream.
Least
While Rory is trying to figure this out, I'll do the thanks for us. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for the amazing world that you allow us to play in and giving us all these amazing planes that we can enjoy.
And all the awesome art.
Yeah, all the amazing art. Thank you, all the artists that give us all this stuff. Raid has
Thank you, all
been
the
cancelled.
musicians as well.
Oh, I mean, I figured it out, but you weren't done talking, so I'll do it again once we
go for
are
it.
probably concluded. So yes, bye everybody. We will be back in 2 weeks' time for more planeswalking magical shenanigans. And now, for the first time, the party can attempt a tandem intentional planeswalk to somewhere.
Yeah.
And I personally, as a DM, would really love to know where that is before our next session, because it'll make prep
next session.
so much easier.
Oh, let's not. It'll be funnier.
God
We
damn
want
it!
planeswalk next session.
Let's make him suffer.
I don't have to prep like 4 planes just in case you guys change your minds.
Tell
Anyway.
people are people. It'll be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm
Thank you,
going.
friends. Come in the next fortnight and bring all your friends. Bring your mum. Bring
Yeah.
your dad.
Yes,
bring your
please
uncle.
do.
Bring your brother. Bring your sister.
Okay.
Bring your family.
non-biological twin.
Indeed. So I'm going to press
Bring
the
your
raid
cat.
button. Boop.
We are safe for work. And
Bye,
hit up
everybody.
Games Lab if you want to buy any board games.
Yes, please go to Games Lab. This is who we
Go
are.
to
This is
Games
why we're
Lab.
here. Please
Buy
buy
stuff.
stuff. I love you.
But go pre-order the new Ravenloft
Yeah.
D&D campaign, guys.
Yes. The Brian Richards Guide
Do
to
it.
Ravenloft. It looks sweet. Okay.
It's got
Yeah.
a new subclass for a bard and a new subclass for a rogue, I believe.
Warlock.
Warlock and a bard, guys. My
Yes.
favorite class.
Do it. It's gonna be great. Anyway,
Trust me.
I'm gonna press the raid button. Bye,
friends.
everybody. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay.
Yay.
Is it done?
It's rated.
Yeah,
We're done. We're good.
I'm gonna press I'm
Yes.
gonna press the thanks for watching button and transition us to that just in case.